Now things need to be moved over to the middle here, and I think that the way that our form is styled is pretty good, but I think I want to control where that button is going to go. So these things aren't really reusable enough to justify making an entire styled component out of it. I think it would make a lot more sense to use the CSS prop like we have here. So I'm going to add a CSS prop onto this one, and I'm just going to pull down all of these styles into there and save that. And let's take a look at our form here. That doesn't look a whole lot different. Let's just dive in and make sure that we're getting the styles that we're looking for. There's our form. There's the CSS. Wait. No. CSS should not show up in our elements pane. So if you see CSS and object, I'll tell you exactly what the problem is. And that is that Emotion is not processing this CSS prop. And the solution to that is actually pretty easy. We just need to add the JSX pragma to say that any React elements that are created, which are normally created with react.createElement, should instead be created with JSX, and we're going to bring in JSX from Emotion core. So just to be clear, what's going on here is normally when you have a div like this is going to be compiled into react.createElement div, but with this pragma here, it's actually going to be doing JSX div. And so this passes our createElement calls into Emotion, which can then handle any CSS props. So with that set up now, if we save that, come back over here and click on login, hey, things are looking a lot better. And if I take a look at the form, yep, we've got a class right here, CSS, and things are looking awesome. So great, now we just want to do the same thing to our main app here. So I'm going to add a CSS prop to this div. We're going to grab this stuff, move it down, and let's take a look at what that does. Hey, those are looking pretty close. We're almost there. So let's grab these and we'll add that to this div, say CSS, grab those, move them in, save that, and hey, there we go. That's looking awesome. Feeling really, really good about this. So in review, all that we did to make it so that we could add some one-off styles to different components in our application in a way that's really easy and really powerful is we added this JSX pragma here to instruct Babel that instead of compiling our JSX down to react.createElement calls, we're going to compile it down to JSX calls. And it's important that these two are the same, so I could call this whatever, and as long as I alias this named import to whatever, then everything is still totally going to work. So that's the key there. Whatever you set your JSX pragma to, you need to have something in the scope of the file for Babel to compile it to. Great, and then we were able to start adding the CSS prop anywhere we wanted to have one-off styles, and now our application looks awesome.